Hey everybody. So I'm going to do another unboxing video because I have time for it. Okay. And you know what? Let's start with Miss Yvette again because I missed these. These are index cards. I thought these would be good for, like the middle schoolers and high schoolers. And not only that, but look at what she blessed us with. I thought this would be good for unhoused people. If they want to get, I'll put them in a container, and everything. I'll find something to hold them. But, when they're getting some of the things out there, they might want neat napkins or forks or, just stuff like that. So I thought it would be good for that. Yvette, thank you. Now let's see who blessed us with this box. Cassie. Cassie is another frequent flyer here on the pantry. For those of you, don't get me wrong. I don't want to ever make it seem like it's not all appreciated because it is. People, what people can do is on a scale, honey. Don't think that I don't know that because I'm on the scale, okay? Don't think that I don't know that. I know that sometimes we want to help and we just can't. We're just not in the best position to do that. So it's always appreciated. This is just me acknowledging that there are just some people who, not saying that others don't, that, they really, help keep this pantry going and keep this dream alive. And I just wanted to say, thank you. And that's all that is. But Cassie, thank you. Let's see what's in here. Books. Cassie believe in a book. I know that's right. What is in here? Mars Ready Rice. Wait till the lights come back on. The way them beans and rice are going to disappear out of that pantry, baby. People are going to want something hearty. And you know what I'm saying? People are going to want something hearty. Look, it's a whole box. Spanish style. That's what's up. Oh, it's different kinds. Sometimes I don't always know what I'm putting on that list. I'll just put, sometimes I'm aware that it's a variety, but sometimes I'm not. And I wasn't when I put this on the list. Roasted chicken. More roasted chicken. It's probably 2 of each because there's 6 in here. Oh no, roasted chicken. Or maybe 4 of each. Spanish style, that's what it is. Oh, wait. 3 of each, rather. That's what I mean to say. Spanish style. Thank you, baby. Did I tell y'all that people in the neighborhood are starting to, that's, I think, one of the reasons why the neighbor helped out. They're starting to realize that it's there. And because we tend to really keep to ourselves, we don't really do too much mingling. I'm a very, very private person and I'm very much the introvert. What you see on this video, you all see me talking a lot, but in the real life, I'm not very talkative. My social battery drains quickly. People, that's one of the reasons why I don't micromanage that pantry if I don't have to, because I don't really need to hold conversations with people. Just take what you need and be blessed, baby. I don't want to talk to you. That sounds awful. I know it does, but really my social battery, it be a lot. It just be a lot. And that's why I started filling the pantry up at 6 a.m. because when they catch you out there, the way they want to hold conversations, and I'm like, baby, I got dishes to wash, I got clothes to clean, I got bills to pay. I got stuff I gotta do. I got folks to check in on. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I only got so much energy. My battery drains quickly these days. Now, let's see who sent us this. Who sent us this? Wait. Oh, here it is. It's stuck. Yeah, it was stuck in between the folds of the Amazon box. Jackie. Oh, I love the way she put in parentheses. It's like, here, I'll show you. Look. Can you see that? And I know why you did that, because it's just one of my pet peeves whenever I mispronounce somebody's name. It is because, when people are helping out, like the least you can do is get the name, right? You want to thank the right person. My first name, people misspell it all the time. My last name as well. And so even sometimes when I tell them, I say my name, I spell it, you say the last name, and they still mess it up. So maybe that's where that stems from, because who is this person? That's not me. I don't know what you wrote down there, but that's not me. So I think that a lot of that stems from that. This is one of those packs with the Hormel chili and the beef stew. People love these. They absolutely love these. These go very, very quickly. They do. Thank you, Jackie. Let's see what else. The mini toothpaste. Oh, girl. Thanks. Remember I told you I learned quickly. I had the big ones on there, and people generously, go somewhere. People generously donate. Oh, you can smell it. People generously. I have a really strong sense of smell. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm such a good cook, but I have a strong sense of smell. I can identify a scent from a mile up the street. I can. Like, what I lack in vision, honey, I'm more than make up for it in being able to identify a scent. But these little ones, I thought these would be really good for, people in the house who might be running low, unhoused people. I just thought it would be really good for that. Thank you, Jackie. My spirits are lifted more so today, because I'm just glad that, oh, wait, the books that was in Cassie's box. Full of love. I love that. Look at the back of this book. I don't even want to see the front. Look at the back. Remember your grandmas in the kitchen, honey? My grandmas, I had a grandma and a great grandma. They were close. Like, they were like the black version of like Dorothy and Sophia. They were so close. And when my granddaddy passed, my great grandmother always had a room in their house, a bedroom in their house. And she had her own home, but she would visit during times, she'd stay for a spell, maybe about, I don't know, a month. And then she'd gone on back home to her place, to her apartment. And when my granddaddy passed on, she moved in permanently. And I don't know if I should go into this. I don't want y'all to get all sad, but it's just something that just happened to me in my life. When my grandmama passed, this is a true story. When my grandmama passed, I remember I might have been about 8 or 9 years old, and I was watching Woody Woodpecker, and my other grandmother lived across the street. And if I've never mentioned that to y'all, both my grandparents lived across the street from each other. My mom's mom and my other grandma. And so these two grandmothers, when my granddaddy passed, when he got sick, she moved in permanently. And they were gardeners too. They go out in the garden, they pick greens, they plant tomatoes and that kind of thing. And it was just so much love in that house from those two people. And, as a child, y'all know a little bit, I really needed that. I did. And they were my sanctuary, because my mom's family across the street, it was a lot of them. It's like a lot of siblings, a lot of cousins. And again, I'm an introvert, all of that noise and energy could just really overwhelm me. So, on the other side, we were the only grandkids, my brother and myself. We were the only ones. And so, but across the street, honey, I mean, the first cousins, I mean, good grief, man. It was just so many of them. And all those kids and all those people and all those, it could just be a lot. And so it was great to be able to just go across the street and have a TV to myself and a room to myself and to just watch Woody Woodpecker, you know, when my uncles were watching a basketball game or, what have you. But anyway, this one particular day, girl, child, y'all, I didn't got to talking, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me. We gonna talk. I ain't got nothing else to do. So I can't really do too much. So y'all gotta listen to me. So anyway, thank you, Cassie. This one particular day, my great grandmother, I remember hearing her. She was calling my grandmother, and she was calling her name. My great grandmama's name was Ella, and my grandmama's name was Louise. And I heard my great grandma Ella calling my grandmama Louise, and she was like, Louise, Louise, Louise. My grandmother, after my grandfather died, she had a habit. She took over his chair, his lazy boy, and so she would watch her stories from the comfort of that lazy boy. And my grandmother was in the next room, but it was an open concept, so you could see from room to room. And she was sitting at the head of the table, and she had these, my grandmother, she had this beautiful chandelier in the middle of her dining room, and they had a little bit of money, and she had this beautiful mahogany dining set that everybody would gather at during holidays and whatnot. And this mahogany china cabinet and this mahogany buffet, it was beautiful. Been there for my whole life, and in the same spot pretty much. I think I might have seen her changed around once, and it was always so shiny and beautiful. So she kept calling, I kept hearing her call my grandma's name, and she said, Louise, Louise. And then she finally stuck her head out, so she could kind of see in the den where I was, and I was watching Woody Woodpecker. And she said, baby. And I got up, and I looked, and I said, yeah, grandma. And she said, because I called them both grandma. They both answered. And I called them, and I said, yeah, grandma. And she said, come wake up Louise. And I said, okay. And so I got up and I scrambled on in there, and I looked at my grandmama. Then my grandmama, she was this beautiful, very dark complected Black woman. I think that that's one of the reasons why I have so much respect for Blackness, because she was just stunning. I mean, not a blemish, not a mark, just beautiful. And she used to always wear this dark burgundy lipstick that always complimented her skin. And when I tell you, her hair was always laid. Even she wore short style, but it was always laid, honey. And she was in that chair, and she was so beautiful. And she had on a turtleneck, sleeveless, short, short, sleeveless white blouse. I remember to this day. And she had on a pair of burgundy, what do you call those, pedal pushers? Is that what you call them? And she had her feet up, and she was leaned back. And I went to touch her. When I touched her, she was cool. And I knew something, even as young as I was, I knew something was wrong, right? And so I said, Grandma. And I touched her I called her a few times. And then I looked at my great grandmother, and I said, she dead. And here's the dramatic part. This happened. My great grandmother stood up to walk towards me. She pushed the chair back. She was a big woman, like myself. She pushed the chair back, and she fell, hit her head. Turns out she had an aneurysm in her head. And when she hit it on the mahogany buffet, it struck her just right, started a massive brain bleed, and she died too. I kid you not. Both grandmamas were gone, just like that. And by this time, I'm in complete freak out mode. But thank goodness my other grandma was across the street. I got over there. I could barely get it out. Everyone ran across the street. And that happened. That literally happened. But she was a wonderful, wonderful cook, my great grandma Ella. And I know that might have made y'all a little sad, but it always makes me happy to think about them. Yeah, it was a very sad moment, but they were two of the best things about my childhood. And I love them dearly, both. And considering how close they were, even all these years later, it makes perfect sense that they would go together like that. It did. So let's put these over here. Now let's get to this next box. Don't be sad. A gift for you. Enjoy your gift. Now see, this is an example of how people fill it out when they want to be anonymous. This is one of the things that people will say. This person wants to be anonymous. I think that Amazon, just when they do it, they just don't put the thing in there. And then I don't know who to thank, because someone didn't do their job that day. Chicken of the sea tuna. Oh, that's going to go over well. And then look, y'all. Lentils. Whole box of them. I gotta say, lentils is something that I just recently got into. It is a great it's a great meal filler. It's so many things that you can do with them. I mean, you can have them by themselves. You can make them kind of like a type of just, like a pot of beans. You can make soup out of them. You can fix them, mash them up, make veggie burgers out of them. It's so much that you can do with lentils, I have recently discovered. I didn't grow up on lentils, but it just goes to show that our parents don't know everything, and it's okay to learn new things. We don't have to do everything our parents do, because they, trust me when I tell you, they ain't always right. House is getting really stuffy. And here's another box. Let's see who this is from. Vestina Turner again. Vestina sent us some things yesterday, I believe. It is a box of books. Oh, she sent... excuse me. She sent tomato sauce. I got these in the can. It's a lot of them on the list. I got them in the can because I don't want to put any glass inside of there, for safety reasons, So if you see these and if you don't know what to get, they're less than $2. Grab one of these cans because we've got lots of pasta in there. And I would love for people to be able to grab a box of pasta and a can of sauce and go on about their business and have themselves a good meal, Maybe they'll add some meat to it. Maybe they won't. And look, why are the black kids sitting together in the cafeteria? Have you read this? This is a good read. Thank you, Vestina. Look. Excuse me. The Foot Book. This is another cardboard book. I like these for the younger kids so that they can hold them in their hands. They can feel what a book is. They can get used to it. They can see the words on here and the pictures. And I think that these, when they're like little like that, when you start reading from them and they start recognizing the words, it's one of the best ways to teach a little how to read. Don't wait on the public school system, baby. Your child will be behind. Okay? Emma, a classic. Vestina, you have to be a reader because I went back and made sure this is a couple weeks ago that I put a lot of the classics on there. And they're classics depending on, who you ask. Honestly, but I still wanted to make sure that I put some of the literary classics on there so that kids could have access to that, or anyone really, but the kids especially if they're going to be assigned those books later on in school. Wish. And they're going to have to be, do assignments, and they just can get Clifford. These are children's classics. And they can get a head start. because they're familiar with the material. Thank you. When I put out that call to for books, you were listening, huh? Thank you. Um, that is it for this unboxing. I thank you so much. I am going to fill up the pantry so that I won't have to do it first thing in the morning. I could just turn the lock, take the lock off, and then I am going to go and check in. I'm going to try to go find something because I haven't eaten today. I'm going to go try to hunt something down to eat. All I know is this: I can't eat no more restaurant food. I just I just can't do it. I can't do it no more. I told you I got a real big thing about other people's kitchens. So I figured that my husband and I, until we get our lights back on, we can just grab salads and, because I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. And like I said, I am a wonderful cook, and it pains me in my soul to pay for something that doesn't taste a fraction as good as if I'd made it. That's so narcissistic, but it's the truth, though. The truth is the truth. But anyway, thank you all so much for just riding with me and going through all of the emotions with me, because I know I have been so emotional up and down, and letting me process and just being there. Just thank you. Have a good day.